Today we'll be installing Bazzite as a virtual machine on our Unraid home server. This was mainly for fun, and we had limited experience of Linux and VMs before starting. As you can see, we've got a pretty mediocre setup. We've got an Intel Core i5-12500 CPU on a B760M motherboard with 32GB of RAM. For this setup, we need a dedicated graphics card, and in my case, I've used my old GTX 970. This won't be able to handle a lot of games at high levels, but we wanted to see what it could do. The first thing you'll need to do in Unraid is go to the Settings tab. Go to the VM Manager and make sure that VMs are enabled. You also want to go to the Shares tab. Make sure you have any shares set up already that you might want to import into the VM. Head over to the Bazzite website at bazzite.gg. Then click the Download Bazzite button. Next, you'll need to pick your hardware for your specific setup. In our case, we'll pick desktop. There is a VM option, but we found that they did the same thing. Pick your GPU. In our case, we have a 9070 graphics card, so we'll go with this. And then pick your desktop environment. This is within Bazzite itself. You can pick KDE or GNOME. We'll go with KDE because it's more like a Windows environment. Then click the download button. Once complete, set it to your ISO's share. Next, head over to the VMs tab. You can see I've already set up some VMs, but we'll start a new one. Click on Add a VM. This takes us to the templates page. Because Bazzite is a Fedora-based distro, we'll pick this one, even though I didn't notice any difference in any of the templates when I opened them. The first thing about the Unraid VM template is actually the help. You can click the button in the top right corner, which will give a detailed explanation of most of the fields. But when we still didn't know what was going on, we used Copilot to help explain. The first thing we'll do is change the name. Make this something relevant to you. In our case, we'll just call it Bazzite 2.0 because I already have one. Description is optional, so I won't bother with that. So is Web UI. The override storage location is where we want to save the image. In our case, I installed an SSD specifically for this setup, so I'm going to use that. For CPU mode, this is just our CPU being passed through. If you have more than one, then you can pick the one you need. We'll also leave migratable on, as that is the recommended setting. For the CPU, this will look different depending on your hardware. For my CPU, it's only 6 core, so these are represented by the left-hand side. The right-hand side are the hyperthreads. So by default, it's on CPU 0, but this is what Unraid uses for its services, so I don't want to use that. For gaming, we'd like at least 4 cores, but I had quite good success with only 3. So I'll pick the 3 physical cores and their respective hyperthreads. I set the initial memory to 1 GB, and the max memory I'll set to 8 GB. The system can dynamically change how much memory is used based on these settings. The machine determines how the virtual motherboard behaves. Q35 is the newer option that supports PCIe and better pass-through. However, 1440FX is more widely supported. We selected OVMF for the BIOS, as it is often paired with the Q35 chipset as above and is required for GPU pass-through, which we will be using for this setup. If you selected 1440FX, then CBIOS is recommended for broader compatibility but less features. We'll leave Enable USB Boot to No. We'll also stick with USB Controller 2.0. We didn't have any need for 3.0. For OS install ISO, you want to select the ISO file that you downloaded from the Bazzite website. As long as it's in the ISO's share, it will appear here. We left the OS install as SATA with boot order 2. For the primary vdisk location, we left it as auto, which you can see installs to the domain's share. For our vdisk size, we set 128 GB. This is the amount of hard drive space you'll have in the VM. We left the type as RAW and the bus as VirtIO with boot order 1. Now, if we want to share an Unraid share into the VM, we have to use the source path and mount tag. Firstly, we'll change the mode from 9p to VirtIO FS. This is meant to be more modern and better performance. We'll then pick our games library that we want to share, and then set a tag that will be used within Bazzite. Now we'll set up the graphics card for the VM. We have options of virtual, using the integrated graphics of the CPU, or the dedicated graphics card. Selecting virtual will be the easiest way to set it up the first time because it will be accessible through the browser. If you select the graphics card, the 970, you'll need to connect a monitor to that graphics card connected to your server. In our case, we'll select the graphics card because we have the setup. Set multifunction to on so that you can pass through the sound card related to your graphics card. You can optionally download a graphics BIOS, which can help initialize the graphics card if you're having any issues. We left the network MAC as it is. The network source is BR0. This means that the server will have its own IP address on our real router. This may be useful for later if you plan on using it as part of your home network. We left the network model as virtio.net. This is meant to be the best performance. We've selected our USB gaming keyboard peripheral, which is connected to the server. This will be passed through to the VM so it can be used as a keyboard. When you're done, hit create, or if you're updating the template, in our case, hit update. Now, click on the icon, press start. From here, we'll need to go to our external monitor for initial setup. Use your keyboard to go up and press install Bazzite. This will start the installation. First pick your language, then hit continue. Then we'll check the installation destination in case you made multiple vdisks. We only have one, so we'll just press done. Then we'll need to make a user for the account. Set your username, make sure they have admin privileges, and then set a password. Then press done. You can check any of the other settings, but you don't really need to do anything. Now press begin installation. Installation took about 20 minutes for me. And now we're at the login screen. Enter the password you used in the setup wizard. Unfortunately, Remote Desktop Server does not work properly between Linux and Windows, so I gave up and used Sunshine instead. This is actually much better for our gaming use case anyway, and comes pre-installed with Bazzite. To get started, run Sunshine, then click the icon in the bottom right corner. This opens it in the browser. Sunshine is a desktop streaming solution that allows us to stream to basically any client device. We first have to set up Sunshine on the host OS so it can talk to client devices when linked. It's very easy. Set an initial username and password, then log in. It will restart and then ask you to log in again. Now Sunshine is running, so we can install a client application on another device, like your laptop or Android tablet, which can be used to access the host on the same network or even remotely. From the client device, head to moonlight-stream.org and go to Client Downloads. Then pick a relevant device. It will take you to the GitHub page where you can download the installer. Install Moonlight, and then you should see the host device, since it should be on the local network already. When you click on the host, you'll be prompted to enter a code into the host OS. If we come back to our host OS and enter the code, we'll give a device name as well to make it unique. By default, there's 3 modes of desktops. We'll pick the left one because that's the normal resolution. And now we're running Bazzite through the client application remotely. We'll want to make sure the Sunshine starts every time the VM is restarted. Go to your settings, and then go to Auto Start. As you can see, we have Steam and Sunshine already auto starting. If you need to add it, click the Add button at the top right corner, and then search for your application. We also want our user to automatically log in every time the VM is restarted. Go to the login screen and then Behavior, and check Automatically Login. Also go to the screen locking page and set the screen to never lock. And finally, go to the Power Management screen and make sure the screen is set to never turn off. This may interfere with how Moonlight interacts with the Bazzite VM. Now we'll set up the Unraid shares that we determined in the Unraid template to be mounted within Bazzite. Enter the following command in the terminal, where the value after mnt- is going to be the name of the folder you create. Enter your password when prompted. Now we're going to enter the command that's going to mount the Unraid share with the tag name that you specified in the Unraid template to the directory that you just created. You can check this by going into Dolphin and then typing the directory name. To make these changes persist after a VM restart, we need to edit the config file that initializes mounts. After entering the command, press Ctrl-O to save the file, then Enter, then Ctrl-X to exit. One last thing to do is to open Proton Plus, which is a compatibility tool to allow us to run Windows games on Linux. For our setup, just click on Proton GE and then download Proton GE latest. Now open up Steam if you haven't done so already. Go to the settings, then go to compatibility. From here, we want to make sure that Proton GE latest is also selected. Then Steam will need to restart. I noticed my Steam downloads were very slow. Then I realized I was technically streaming to Moonlight, so I unchecked the download throttle in the Steam settings. If you find that there's any issues running your Steam games, whether from Steam or other launchers, come back to Proton Plus and make sure the game is using the correct compatibility layer. Now let's test it out on my Android tablet running the Moonlight client. I've got an Xbox controller connected via Bluetooth to the tablet. I've installed Borderlands 2. So in this clip you can actually see it's running pretty well. Much better than I expected actually. We're getting basically a constant 60 FPS. There was some stuttering, but it may have been that the shaders were still rendering. Another great use for this VM is to use it as a retro gaming system. Go to Bazaar. This is where you can install other applications to your Bazzite VM. We'll do a search for PC SX2, which lets us play PlayStation 2 ROMs. I won't go into too much detail in how to set up this application, but basically you'll need the PlayStation 2 BIOS and any ROMs of games that you want to play. I've got these all set up in the Unraid share that I passed through to the VM.
Alright, player one, Homer.
So you can see that we're getting a solid 50 FPS in this emulation. You can even upscale this in the PCSX2 settings to render at 4K, which looks so good, and it doesn't even impact the performance. If you got this far, thanks for watching, and we hope this information was useful to you in some way. If you have any feedback or ideas or other fun things to try, please let us know in the comments. Bye for now.